Hello and welcome to English News Bulletin of Hallabol. This is Rashmi here with you. Before moving to the day's details, let us have a look at the day's headlines. Government of Tripura issues strict guidelines for Diwali Kali Puja, no social gatherings or bursting of crackers. CITU along with all other trade unions called for a grand successful strike scheduled on November 26th. Terminated employees staged protest in front of locked factory. Abhinandan Enterprise seeked CM's help in order to pursue livelihood. Demanding festival grant and raise in wages, Factory Labour Union Tripura State Committee placed deputation to the Labour Commissioner Agartala. Now the news in details. Day after Bihar results, big takeaways for the BJP government and NDA. Reading the results, looking at the elections that are coming up, the place and role of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in these situations, possible concerns and the state of alliance are the top questions at this point of time. Politically and electorally, Bihar is crucial and a kind of bellwether state for the politics of the Hindi heartland. The BJP has gained massively in this election. In 2015, its tally was 53 out of the 157 seats it contested. In 2020, out of the 121 seats it contested, the BJP has won 74. The BJP can claim that it has catapulted the NDA to victory because its allies, especially Nitish Kumar's JDU, have not done well. The poor performance of the JDU of the 115 seats that it contested, it could win only 43, will make the BJP the leading partner of the alliance in Bihar, a position the party has long aspired for. The party cadre will demand that the chief minister must be from the BJP. However, several BJP leaders indicated that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah and even party President JP Nadda are unlikely to back that demand immediately. The party could perhaps consider the demand after a year or so, the leaders indicated. But the commanding performance in the election will certainly embolden the BJP to pursue its agenda in terms of policies, appointments and government formation. It will open up space for the party to put its own leaders in top positions and utilize the situation to expand its ground beyond boundaries of castes and classes. The campaign and the results have indicated that Narendra Modi's popularity is intact. The coronavirus pandemic and the collapse of the economy notwithstanding, the BJP can now claim that the election was a referendum on Modi's governance rather than a vote on Nitish Kumar as Chief Minister. Bureau Report, Hallabol. People of Shabrum subdivision expressed severe resentment against paralyzed ATM services in the entire area. People are suffering to a great extent following crippled ATM services at Shabrum subdivision. There are around 5 ATM counters of various banks in Shabrum, among which 3 are situated in Shabrum town and 2 in Manu Bazar. Customers of the area have raised allegations that though the ATM counters are set up in the area, but they remain dysfunctional most of the time. They alleged of not getting minimum services from the ATM counters. Sometimes the ATMs remains closed and if opened there remains no money in them, or if there is money there is no internet service, alleged the customers, for which the customers coming from various areas are suffering to a great extent.
এটা কোন ব্যাংকের এটিএম?
এটা স্টেট ব্যাংকের।
আর এটা কোন জায়গা?
এটা হলো অটো সিন্ডিকেট
সাবরুম।
হ্যাঁ।
তো টাকা পাইছেন নি?
টাকা তো এটিএমে টাকা নাই।
তো এভাবে কি প্রায় সময় এরকম হয়?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ।
মানে টাকা কি প্রায়ই থাকে না নাকি?
প্রায়ই থাকে না, বন্ধ থাকে। এরপর খোলা থাকলে টাকা নাই।
তো এই এটিএমে আপনি এখন টাকা পাইছেন নি?
না, আমি এখন টাকা পাইনি।
টাকা পান নাই? এমনিতে অন্যান্য সময় এই এটিএমে টাকা থাকে নি?
সবসময় থাকে না, এটা আজকে দেখছি আজকে খুলছে, এখন বন্ধ আছে।
এটা কি মাঝে মাঝে বন্ধও থাকে?
বন্ধ থাকে।
তো এছাড়া আর কি মনুবাজারে কোনো এটিএম আছে নি?
আছে একটা স্টেট ব্যাংক একটা আছে,
সেই এটিএমটা খোলা থাকে নি?
সেটা একটা বন্ধ, এখন টাকা নাই বলে, একটু বিকালে।
The subdivision has 2 ATMs of United Bank of India, 2 ATMs of State Bank of India and 1 ATM of UCO Bank. But the quality of service is very poor, resulting in suffering on one hand and growing resentment among the customers on other. The people demanded the government to play a positive role in improving the quality of ATM services throughout the Shabrum subdivision. Moreover, it could be noticed that in Agartala city too, people have to face similar problems. Most of the times, the ATMs do not have sufficient money or remains paralyzed. Bureau Report, Hallabol. At a press conference here on Wednesday, Education Minister Rotul Nallat announced big relief for TET qualified teachers, said appointments will be given by the end of December. In a big relief for the waiting TET qualified 1,625 primary and graduate teachers, the Minister of Education Rotul Nallat this evening announced that all the TET qualified teachers waiting for letters of appointment would be issued the letters by the end of month of December. Apart from this, Rotul Nallat said altogether 3,970 teachers belonging to categories postgraduate 65, graduate teachers 175, graduate teachers 2,055 and 1,675 UGT will be appointed through TET exam to be held by the Tripura Recruitment Board of Teachers TRBT. Talking to the reporters, Rotul Nallat said we will ask the TRBT authority to take exams and recommend names selected so that we can give letters of appointment.
জানুয়ারি মাসের মধ্যে আমরা 1 ডিসেম্বর এন্ড এবং জানুয়ারির মধ্যে সবাই যারা টেট কোয়ালিফাইড আছে 650 প্লাস 1025, তার মানে 1675 জন।
He added that already the state government has appointed 1,824 teachers. The minister further said that this week 33 UGT teachers and 69 graduate teachers also have been given postings. Regarding the state's COVID profile, Rotul Nallat said that in the absence of Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Deb, who is in Karbuk in connection with official programs, he had taken part in a virtual conference with the Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan Singh, senior officials of the Union Health Ministry and ministers of 7 other states.
Maharashtra, Uttarakhand, Tripura, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Manipur, Goa, মহারাষ্ট্র এন্ড উত্তরাখণ্ড, এই 7টা রাজ্যকে নিয়ে কেন্দ্রীয় স্বাস্থ্যমন্ত্রী এক ভার্চুয়াল মিটিং করে। রাজ্য সরকারের পক্ষে আমি প্রতিনিধিত্ব করি ভার্চুয়াল মিটিং। সেই মিটিংয়ে বহু বিষয় নিয়ে আলোচনা হয়েছে, রাজ্যের কোভিড সিচুয়েশন নিয়ে এবং সেন্ট্রাল গভর্নমেন্ট একটা চিত্র আমাদেরকে বলা হয়েছে আগেই যে আজকে একটা কোভিড অবস্থা নিয়ে একটা ভার্চুয়াল মিটিং হবে। তো সেই মিটিং এর আগে রাজ্যের ইনফরমেশনগুলো তারা নিয়েছে, তারাও নিজেরা টালি করেছে।
Rotul Nallat said that we figured among the 7 states that have brightest record in COVID control. It was reported in the meeting by Director of Central for Control of Communicable Diseases that COVID doubling rate in Tripura will happen in 240 days while 6 other states will have it earlier in case of a second wave of attack. The Union Health Minister appreciated the good work done by Tripura government in COVID control, and he also agreed to sanction a branch of Centre for Control of Communicable Diseases in Tripura, for which the state government has already completed land acquisition. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Ex-Chief Minister of Mizoram and present President of Mizoram Pradesh Congress Committee wrote to Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday, urged the Prime Minister to help in opening the only highway NH 306 which has been blocked since 10 days by miscreants at Hallabol, Assam. Dr. Lal Thanawala, former Chief Minister of Mizoram and President of Mizoram Pradesh Congress Committee, wrote an open letter to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday wherein he sought Government of India's intervention in prolonged economic blockade of Mizoram by Government of Assam. Lal Thanawala, on behalf of Mizoram Pradesh Congress Committee, stated that following certain disagreement of the border issue between the states of Mizoram and Assam, some miscreants in Chachar district of Assam have resorted to block the only road NH 306 connecting Mizoram with the rest of the country for more than 10 days till date. He added that following the road block coupled with COVID-19 effects, Mizoram's economy is standstill and the poor people are worst hit. Lal Thanawala, former Chief Minister of Mizoram, urged the Prime Minister Narendra Modi to look into the matter at its earliest and help in restoring the situation, adding that the government of Assam should ensure uninterrupted and smooth transit between the states as warranted in the constitution. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Tripura issues strict guidelines for Diwali, Kali Puja. No social gatherings, bursting of crackers. The restrictions also include the compulsion of organizing all Kali Puja festivities in open spaces as far as possible to ensure darshan from a safe distance. Government of Tripura has come out with a set of guidelines to safely celebrate Diwali and Kali Puja amid the COVID-19 pandemic by imposing a ban on firecrackers, preventing gatherings and releasing a separate set of instructions for the Tripura Sundari temple in Udaipur, which usually witnesses lakhs of devotees on the occasion of Diwali. In a notice issued by Chief Secretary Manoj Kumar, the state government has issued a set of restrictions under the Disaster Management Act 2005. These include mandatory social distancing norms in organizing Kali Puja and prohibition of gathering or mela in front of any Kali temple in the state. According to the guidelines of the state government, barricades are completely banned in front of any puja pandal to avoid unnecessary gatherings, taking lessons from Durga Puja when thousands of devotees were seen thronging a puja pandal at Usha Bazar in the outskirts of Agartala. The local administration had to eventually ban the pandal and ordered them to immerse idols immediately. The restrictions also include the compulsion of organizing all Kali Puja festivities in open spaces as far as possible to ensure darshan or sighting of the idols from a safe distance. All idols of Goddess Kali have to be kept within a height of 5 feet. A complete ban has also been placed on any procession while bringing in the idol for immersion. A maximum of 5 devotees would be allowed to enter the pandal at a time, that too maintaining a social distancing of at least 1 meter between themselves. Also, there should be a sufficient number of volunteers in place to handle any sort of emergency. All cultural or entertainment events have been cancelled during the puja festivities and following days. Meanwhile, the Chief Minister has also launched organic bamboo diyas to replace candles and lights during the Diwali festivities. On November 6th, the Chief Minister launched eco-friendly bamboo candles and diyas and said the move would promote Vocal for Local initiative. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Supreme Court orders release of Republic TV editor Arnab Goswami from jail, said personal liberty must be upheld. Wednesday, the Supreme Court granted interim bail to Republic TV editor Arnab Goswami, who was arrested on 4th of November and was under judicial custody since then in a criminal case related to abetment to suicide of interior designer Anve Nayak in the year 2018. The Apex Court also allowed the interim release of the co-accused Nitish Sarda and Firoz Muhammad Sheikh in the case. The decision was taken by the Supreme Court on Wednesday after a marathon hearing session that started from 11 a.m. in the morning and ended at 4:15 p.m. in the evening. The vacation bench comprised Justices D.Y. Chandrachud and Indira Banerjee. The judgment was given after an urgent hearing given to petitions challenging the 9th November order of the Bombay High Court that denied bail in the habeas corpus petitions filed challenging custody. The apex court mentioned that Raigarh police should ensure the compliance of the order of release forthwith. Also, the accused should execute a personal bond for an amount of rupees 50,000 for release on interim bail. Bureau Report, Hallabol. The indigenous people of Balipara village of Dashrath Nagar ADC village under Poyang Nagar RD block are earning livelihood by making incense sticks. The families urged for government help to lend stick cutting machine and provide training in this regard. The village of Balipara, a remote village of Dashrath Nagar ADC village under Poyangbari RD block of Shabrum, is a home to 60 to 70 families. Surrounded by high and low hills, this rural town narrates an amazing view of nature. Because of being isolated from main road and locals, the indigenous people have chosen the business of making incense sticks to earn a living as they have little source of income. Bamboo is collected from hills and cut into small pieces to make incense sticks. They are dried and packed on the way to Monoghat Bazar, about 6 kilometers away, and sold at Rs 25 per kg to the villagers. People of all religions burn incense sticks in various festivals and regular puja rituals at households. Incense sticks are widely used in all religious places like temples, mosques and churches. With a little capital, any poor person can continue his family by engaging in this business of making incense sticks. Also, Chief Minister of Tripura Biplab Kumar Deb has mentioned the widespread use of bamboo, the main natural resource of Tripura, in his speeches. But talking to the villagers, it could be known that it takes about a whole day to collect 2 or 3 bamboo from the top of a hill. And from a reasonable length bamboo, only 2 kg of sticks can be made. Moreover, it takes a lot of time to dry the sticks. A seller can make about 6 to 7 kg stick per week and make them marketable. In this way, if all the members of the family work together in a month, the income is only 2,000 or 2,500 rupees. That is not enough to run a family.
জঙ্গল থেকে বাঁশ সংগ্রহ করো না বাঁশ সংগ্রহ করার পর
এরপর কি তো দেখুন না যে রোদেতে যে কষ্ট করে স্ল্যাব বানানো লাগে এরপর বাজারে নিয়ে যাই
বাজারে এই কি রকম দাম পাও তোমরা কি এটা কিভাবে বিক্রি করো পিস হিসাবে বিক্রি করো না কেজি হিসাবে বিক্রি করো
কেজি হিসাবে বিক্রি করে 22 টাকা করে কেজি
22 টাকা করে কেজি
The villagers demanded that if an incense stick making machine is provided to the villagers and necessary training is given in this regard, then the indigenous people of the village can prosper economically. Bureau Report, Hallabol. CITU along with all other trade unions called for a grand successful strike scheduled on November 26th. CITU along with all other trade unions have called for a successful strike on November 26th. In this regard, a meeting was organized at the CITU office Agartala on Wednesday in the presence of former Minister Manik Dey. The decision to go on strike was taken during an online national convention of workers on 2nd of October 2020 as per declaration adopted by 10 central trade unions and their associates. The trade unions called for a nationwide strike on 26th of November in order to protest against the ruling BJP government's ill policies. The convention called upon all the working people, whether unionized or not, affiliated or independent, whether from organized sector or unorganized sector, to intensify the united struggle against the anti-people, anti-worker, anti-farmer and anti-national policies of the ruling BJP government and make the call for a countrywide general strike on 26th of November 2020 a grand success. The National Convention of Workers, organized online jointly by the central trade unions and independent federations or associations for the first time amid the pandemic. While all indicators pointed to economy drastically slowing down due to lack of demand, the government continued to start its policies in the name of ease of doing business, aggravating widespread impoverishment and deepening the crisis further, the unions alleged. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Protests held by Rega workers in Belonia as they were offered only little amount of their original MGN Rega mandates amount. MGN Rega workers staged protest at Belonia as they were offered to be paid only ₹30 by the GRS present there. A woman worker said that even after whole day's toil by cutting muds, they were said that they did not do work worth ₹30. The workers further alleged that the engineer on duty wanted to remove all the female workers from duty, which further escalated the protest.
এই কাজে মর্ম জানে না করতে পারতো না বলে তো স্যার আমরা শ্রমিক আমরা কাজ করে ভাত খাই হ্যাঁ আমরা এইভাবে মাটি নিতে আসি আমরা বলে 30 টাকা হাজিরা হতো না তাহলে আমরা সংসারটা কিভাবে চলবো স্যার আমরা মহিলা কাজ করি না মহিলা শ্রমিক কাজ করে না আমরা তো বসে কাজ করে খাই না আপনারা জানেন না কোন সব মহিলারা কাজ করে যায় হ্যাঁ বলে আমরা এইভাবে পরিশ্রম করে যে আমরা 30 টাকা ধরে হাজিরা না করে মাটি মাপলে আমরা কি করে খামু আজকাল কদিন মাটিটা আমরা যে পরিশ্রম হইছে কোনো কইতে আছে।
Notably, MGN Rega was started by the UPA government as an initiative to generate rural employment in the states. Per day, MGN Rega wage was set same for all. BJP in Tripura prior 2018 assembly elections promised ₹340 wage per man days for any government work. But after assuming power, it completely took a U-turn. It is now seen trying to change the mode of payment of MGN Rega, saying as per work, wages will be given. In Belonia's Bharat Chandra block located at West Kalabaria area, after whole day of work, the workers were summoned to rude behavior of GRS Jayanto Kumar Das, who allegedly said that the way of the workers worked, they were not eligible to be paid ₹30 also. Then the GRS further measured an area and asked them to cut the entire area of total mud to get full one-day wages. The ruthless behavior and words of the GRS generated massive resentment in the area and the workers started massive protests. In many places with machine works been done, the workers are deprived from getting work properly. When due to MGN Rega work crisis, statewide workless conditions have gripped the workers of the state. On other side, the government representatives said that it is not fault of the GRS, but if extra payments are given, then that amount will be cut from the GRS salary. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Terminated employees staged protest in front of locked factory Abhinandan Enterprise, seeked Chief Minister's help in order to pursue livelihood. When the whole country is facing a situation of recession where the daily workers and private sector employees have lost jobs, have no work, more 25 employees in the state have been kicked out of jobs amid this crucial situation of COVID-19 pandemic. All the workers were working in the company for more than 20 years. Reportedly, the owner of Abhinandan Enterprise terminated all his employees as he decided to close the factory. The owner of the factory said that he is not having any work, no tender to run his factory. That is why he locked the factory. The decision of the factory owner has brought in huge tension among the employees as they gave their hard-sweating input of 20 to 25 years of work life into this company. Also, at this critical situation, they would not be able to find any job elsewhere. The employees, after running door to door seeking help on Wednesday, staged protest in front of the locked factory gate of Abhinandan Enterprise.
সমস্যা হলো আজকে আমরা বিগত 30 বছর কেউ 24 বছর কেউ 25 বছর ধরে কাজ করে শনিবার দিন হঠাৎ করে মালিকে তালা দিয়ে দিছে তো মালিকের জিজ্ঞেস করলাম মালিক একটাই কথা যে মালিকের নাকি কাজ নাই টেন্ডার নাই অর্ডার নাই এই অবস্থা আরম্ভ হয়েছে ঠিক আছে তো মালিকের কথায় আমরা একটা লেবার অফিসে চিঠি দিয়েছিলাম লেবার কমিশনারের তো ডাকছে না তারা কইছে কদিন পরে ডাকবো তো এমনি একটা বারবেলি লেবার যে স্টেট কমিশনার আছে তাই নিয়ে ডাকছে আমরা গেছি তো তারা কথা হয়েছে তারা কইছে ঠিক আছে তোমরাও মালিকের সঙ্গে সঙ্গে তোমরাও দৌড়াও দেখো তো আমরা কালকার থেকে আমরা সোমবারে কালকে গিয়া সিএম এর এখানেও চিঠি দিয়েছি ডিপটি সিএম এর এখানেও চিঠি দিয়েছি আজকে ডাইরেক্টর এখানেও চিঠি দিয়েছি সব কোনো চিঠি দিয়েছি আমরা একটা অনুরোধ মালিকের কাজ নাই ঠিক আছে আমরা বুঝলাম আমরা গভর্নমেন্টের কাছে একটা অনুরোধ হাত জোড়ে করতেছি আমরা বাঁচার ইয়েটা পত্রা করে দেখ চাই যাতে গভর্নমেন্টে যাতে মালিকের মানে অর্ডার দিয়ে সাহায্য করে যাতে মালিকরা আবার কোম্পানি খুলতে পারে হ্যাঁ তার জন্য গভর্নমেন্টের কাছে আমার পুরা ইয়ে থাকবো যে আমাদের মানে মালিকের অর্ডার দিয়া আমাদের মানে 20-22 জনের পরিবার আছে, পরিবার প্রতিপালন করতে পারি।
Talking to the reporters, the laborers said, "We are working in the company for more than 20 to 25 years. Our families are dependent on this job. At this stage, where will we search jobs?" The workers informed that they tried to contact Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister, Labour Commissioner for help, but they haven't got any help yet. The laborers added, if they don't find any solution to this problem, they and their families will have to die in starvation. They requested the government to do something immediately, take early necessary steps to save them so that they can earn 2 times meal for pursuing their livelihood. Bureau Report, Hallabol. All India Agricultural Workers Union AIAWU Tripura State Committee observed its foundation day at the CPM Party Office, Melarmat, Agartala on Wednesday. All India Agricultural Workers Union AIAWU observed its foundation day at the Bhanu Ghosh Smriti Bhavan, Melarmat, Agartala. Bharatiya Khet Mazdoor Union, literally Indian Land Workers Union, is a trade union of agricultural laborers in India. BKMU is politically tied to the Communist Party of India, CPI. Talking to the reporter, senior leader of the State Khet Mazdoor Union explained the significance of the day.
3 নভেম্বর আজ থেকে 38 বছর আগে কৃষক সভা থেকে সিদ্ধান্ত করে দেশের ভুল কৃষিনীতির জন্য স্বাধীনতার পরে একটা গ্রামীণ শ্রমিক শ্রেণীর উদ্ভব হয়েছে। ভূমিহীন কৃষক ক্ষেত মজুরে পরিণত হয়েছে, জমি হারিয়ে। তারা বেঁচে থাকার জন্য কাজ এবং মজুরি, এই দুইটি স্লোগানকে সামনে রেখে সারা ভারত কৃষি শ্রমিক ইউনিয়নের জন্ম হয় 1982 সালে 11 নভেম্বর।
West Tripura District Committee of Khet Mazdoor Union demanded 10 kg rice per laborer free of cost and rupees 7,500 direct cash to run their families till next 6 months from the state government. It demanded the ruling government to ensure employment opportunities to the laborers who are spending lives in extreme miseries. An unpleasant economic situation is prevailing in the state due to COVID-19, where the laborers have no work, no money. In this situation, if the government gives direct cash to the hands of the poor, they can be saved and moreover the economy can be uplifted. The State Khet Mazdoor Union demanded at least 200 days of MGNREGA work from the government and rupees 600 wage per day.
মূলত আজকের যে পরিস্থিতি, সেই পরিস্থিতিতে আমাদের স্লোগান করোনা আক্রান্ত মানুষ, শ্রমজীবী মানুষ, 14-15 কোটি মানুষ যারা কোনো না কোনো জায়গায় কাজ করতে, এই অসংগঠিত শ্রমিক আজকে কর্মরত। সরকারের কাছে আমাদের দাবি, মাথা পিছু 10 কেজি করে বিনামূল্যে তাদের খাদ্যশস্য দিতে হবে এবং সংসার প্রতিপালন করার জন্য তাদের মাসে 7,500 করে 6 মাস অন্তত।
After hosting flag at the CPM Party Office, Melarmat, a hall gathering was also organized by the union where discussions were made to take steps in order to ensure better livelihood for the workers in future. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Demanding festival grant and raise in wages, Factory Labour Union Tripura State Committee placed deputation to the Labour Commissioner, Agartala, on Wednesday. Tripura Factory Labourers Union placed deputation to the Labour Commissioner of the state at the State Directorate of Labour on Wednesday. Along with 2 prime demands, the delegation placed deputation to the Labour Commissioner. Their demands included immediate payment of festival grants to the labourers and increase of wages of the labourers with respect to the price hike of essential commodities.
আপনারা জানেন এই রাজ্যের মধ্যে কিছু সমিল আছে। এই সমিলের মধ্যে আগে ভালো সংখ্যক শ্রমিক কাজ করত, কিন্তু এখন এই সময়ের মধ্যে অনেক শ্রমিককে কমায় নিচে মিলগুলোতে কঠোর পরিশ্রম করে শ্রমিকরা। পূজার সময় শ্রমিকরা সারা বছর বসে থাকে, তাদের পূজার সময় তাদেরকে এসিয়া কিংবা বোনাস দেওয়া হইল। কিন্তু আমরা দুঃখের সঙ্গে লক্ষ্য করছি এই 2020 পূজার অনুদান কিংবা বোনাস সমিলের মালিকরা শ্রমিককে প্রদান করে নাই।
This year, episodial meetings were held at the West District Labour Department office regarding festival grants to the labourers, where it was decided that prior Durga Puja festival, the labourers will be given their deserved Puja grants. But till date, the factory owners have not given any money to the labourers, which has resulted in a state of resentment among the labourers in the state. Also, from more than 2 years, there has not been made any increase in the wages of the labourers. Presently, the labourers are in severe crisis while facing the price hikes of essential commodities, following which the union demanded raise in wages of the workers. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Well, that's all from the English desk at this moment. For more news and updates, we'll meet at the other part. Keep watching Hallabol.